hit by a fastest plane. Player 3002 accidentally fell off a high cliff. Player 303 downgraded to Windows 3 or H1. Player 304 was run over by a walnut. Fuck Plants vs. Zombies. Player 305 got killed by the lightning. Gun 306 got killed by Player Walk. Player EOS ever rented to beat Russian roulette. Player 308 went into North Sentinel Island. Player 309 and Player 1 was being trolled by Bingo Healer just like Player 106. Player 311 walked into a forest where Player 2 burned to death. Where 312 was in a roof during a doctor's boss fight, and Player Real 9 was the only one survived, but not for a very long time. Player 313 was doomed to fall by a 2048 tile. Player 314 crashed a hoverboard into stereo madness. Player 315 thought detonating dynamite would give him infinite diamonds. Player 317 turned into a tomato because physics said that his existence was a hologram. Player 3118 crawled into a bee's nest. Player 31 Nike pad went to the demilitarized zone. Player 320 was sucked into the nostalgia at the Windows XP. Player 321 lost all his consciousness on the song Bingo Healer by Kathleen and Bingo. Player 322 forgot to look up at the falling anvil because it was Christmas. Player 3 didn't believe 322 and didn't see the pit of zombies. Player 334 was laughing at the entire scene and whilst distracted was slain by Player 3160.
And Player 316 was the only one survived. But not for a very long
Player
time.
3T5 was hit by a trident by drown. Player 3T6 was killed by magic. Player 337 was doomed to fall by Player 328, who actually was trapped in a box, then got shipped to North Korea. Player 329, I couldn't understand the concept of pie. Player 351 tried summoning a pig. Player 331 had heard the dreadful famous script. Is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that conclusively gets more difficult as it continues. A 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal. Boo, a single lap should be completed each time you hear this sound. Remember to run in a straight line and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is over. Your test will begin on the word start. On your mark, get ready, start. Player 332 wrote his name on the death book, and Player 333 was the only one survived. But not for a very long time. Player 33-4 was slain by skeleton. Player 33-5 was impaled on a stalagmite. Player 33-6 was pricked to death by a sweet berry bush. Player 397 was banned by Roblox. Player 338 was killed by 3-for-1. Player 334 was shot by Pillager. Player 311 was hit by a plane. Player 312 was obliterated by a sonically charged freak whilst trying to escape Warden. Player 313 was slain by Iron Golem, then got blown up by a creeper. Player 344 was slain by Vex. Player 3, 4, 5 was slain by zombie. Player 3, 4, on 6 went off with a bang, and player 39 was the only one survived, but not for a very long time. Player 30-7 fell from a high place. Player 30-8 was slain by a zombie. Player 34-9 tried to swim in lava. Player 350 was blown up by a creeper. Player 35 walked into a cactus while trying to escape. Player 35-2 was put to death. Player 35-4 drowned. Player 35-5 fell out of the world. Player 35-6 suffocated in a wall. Player 35-7 was slain by Enderman, and player 35-3 was the only one survived, but not for a very long time.
Player 358 was slain by Spider. Player 35-9 hit the ground too hard. Player 360 walked into fire while trying to escape. Player 361 was slain by Skeleton. Player 362 was killed by magic. Player 363 tried to swim in lava. Player 364 was blown up by creeper. Player 365 and fell out the world. Player 366 suffocated in a wall. Player 367 was pricked to death. Player 367 in lava. Player 369 was slain by Enderman, and player 367 was the only one survived, but not for a very long time.
Player 71 tried to swim in lava. Player 72 drowned. Player 73 was blown up by creeper. Player 34 was slain by zombie. Player 35 fell out of the world. Player 36 burned to death. Player 37 it went up in flames. Player 30 was slain by spider. Player 3079 was squashed by a falling anvil. Player 3080 was slain by iron golem. Player 3081 froze to death. Player 38-2 was slain by piglin. Player 38-3 tried to swim in lava. Player 38-4 drowned. Player 38-5 was blown up by creeper. Player 38-6 hit the ground too hard. Player 3087 suffocated in a wall. Player 3088 was slain by Enderman. Player 3089 fell from a high place. Player 3090 was squashed by a falling anvil. Player 3081 was killed by magic. Player 3092 was blown up by gas. Player 3083